Bitcoin and Ethereum are entering their final phase of short-term consolidation. The breakout zones, well, they're right in front of us. Chart after chart after chart is screaming one thing. The fuse is lit. Are you ready for detonation? Welcome back, Crypto Crew. It's your boy Tom here, bringing you the hottest in crypto and Bitcoin action. If you're ready to dive into today's market analysis, give us a like. Make sure you hit subscribe. And don't forget to come on over to X and follow us on X, where we talk about Bitcoin and crypto all day, every day. All right, let's kick things off with Bitcoin. All right. The breakout pattern right now is undeniable. We're forming higher lows into resistance with clean structure. Textbook accumulation before ignition. Now, I want to come on over to the good old fear and greed index. We're sitting right now around 61. Perfect place to be. We're getting ready to get really bullish in this. Because sitting here actually means that the smart money's watching for emotional overextensions. Now, as long as Bitcoin holds above that 102,600 that we've been talking about right here, the short-term structure stays intact. We told you that we had the resistance at 106. It bounced off of it once, twice. Here's the higher low, pushed us up through it. So now the 106 is pretty serious, should be a pretty decent support for us. So if we really look at overall, despite escalating Middle East tensions, all right, Bitcoin is actually firmly holding strong above 106 right now. Posted over 1.3% gains in the last 24 hours. That's just not price strength. That's resilience. Now, risk-off events are shaking equities, but Bitcoin is holding strong. This is great news for us. Now, let's move on to Ethereum. We highlighted this for you. You already know about Justin's Ethereum trade. We mapped this out for you in the live trading room. This is why you got to join the free community, man. We talk about this type of stuff. We can get you involved with our trades. You know, we placed this trade. We showed you that we have it on our broker of choice, WEEX, right here. The trade is finally starting to mature, finally starting to come into its own, so to speak. So really, the fuse is lit, and we're ready for the detonation for Ethereum to take off just as well as Bitcoin. All right, so here was the chart that we talked about. Justin got long in this area right here. He was waiting for this breakout. We're just starting to form this breakout. You know, as soon as we can clear this, you know, say around 2,800, again, the 2,800 level, 2,700 level, we could probably see the market rally up to like, say 2,970 with a pullback, potentially back to the 2,600, and then come up into our target area of around 3,800. So now I want to show you something else. We'll move back to Bitcoin, okay? This is wild. All right, and Frank brought this up, and I thought this was pretty incredible because only this guy can think about going back in time and look for Iran-Israel headlines in the past. So check this setup out. Look what happened back in this area here, right? Look at this wedge, okay? Imagine panicking and selling Bitcoin here. This is the same wedge, okay? It's the same MACD compression, the same panic headlines, and we've seen this move before. And from here, it led to a 60% breakout. So stay calm, stay sharp, stay long, in our opinion. Now, as I said, that 102 is the warning level, so we got to make sure that we stay on top of the market. As short-term traders, we're always looking for warning signs to basically say, oh, we may get further consolidation. So this level right here is our warning sign. Right now, it's clean sailing right now, okay? Now, I can't determine what's going to happen next as far as who knows, in the Middle East. But really, that's baked in right now. However, only something major happening there would actually turn us again. So now I want to talk about a gem that nobody's talking about that we brought up on X. And really, Bitcoin flashed a hidden bullish divergence. price is printing higher lows while RSI shows lower lows. This is a classic signal before a big move. Okay. Smart money is loading. Are you? All right, let's go on over to Ethereum. Let me show you something that gave us some really great confidence in our long that we just took. All right, Ethereum is following the 2017 playbook to a T. We brought this up before. Okay, in previous videos we talked about this. Nobody really picked up on it. We did. Justin did. He saw it. And there's another chart I'm going to show you that actually pushed to say, hey, we got to get long some Ethereum here because, without calculated risk, there are no substantial rewards. So we're playing that game. We're playing it as traders. We're playing with smart stop losses in place and good return on investment we're looking for. So this chart is showing us that Ethereum is following the 2017 playbook to a T. Look at this right here. Okay, once it reclaims the 50-day moving average, bang, the takeoff. Now we're fighting to reclaim it. But however, once we get above this 50-day moving average, man, it's going to break out. Okay, it chopped sideways right back here before. We're doing the same thing. We're chopping sideways, but once we reclaim this, we are ready for liftoff. The only difference this time is that we have institutional fuel. Institutional fuel. I'm going to come on over to X to show you a couple of posts that we have on X where we talked about this actually happening. And let me see if I can find it real quick. We got institutional fuel happening right here. Whales just loaded 200,000, okay, in 72 hours. Smart money isn't scared. They're accumulating while you're hesitating. What do they know that you don't know? They know some things. So that's why you got to make sure that you follow us on X, and we point these things out for you. So let me just show you our other Ethereum chart right here, where this is basically calculated risk meets calculated reward. This is what we were talking about. Ethereum broke out of a multi try saying that after 3 espressos, multi-month wedge. This pause, okay, that we're seeing right now, this happens before a surge. RSI is retesting, okay? Don't sleep on this structure because this is what happens before the big move. RSI is testing the breakout zone. Don't sleep on it. Okay, this is where smart money builds, and where we lead the way live in our live trading room. Again, I out of stress, it's bloody well free, man. Join up. Make sure you could check out Justin. He gives you some really insane alpha and stuff, and talks about setups and talks about mindset of trading. It's a really good place to be. All right, let's close with this, before we wrap up. All right, I want to make sure that you're aware of this free community that I keep talking about. You click this link right here, you'll be taken over to this site where you can join. You'll see you can join the live trading room. This is totally free to join. Like I said, we drop insane alpha and trading opportunities daily, from breakout setups to long-term gems. We got you covered. You want to follow our trades step by step with a trusted broker? You click this link right here. You'll be taken over to our broker of choice, WEEX. Low fees, fast execution, perfect for our strategies. Got us out at Bitcoin at really close to the top of the last run. Cannot stress more. This broker is completely professional. They don't look to run stops or anything like that, or basically fill you when it didn't happen. So that's a really good thing to have. All right, so let's finish off with good old altcoins. Where's my altcoins here? Let me get my altcoin chart up. Okay, finishing off with the altcoins, okay, because these setups are explosive. Check this out, okay? 2018, all right, we had the top, we had a bottom, we had accumulation. 2021, same exact setup, rise, and then a short-term natural reaction back down. We had the bottom, then accumulation again, where it is happening right now. 2025, the accumulation is in progress. It's the third altcoin super cycle in motion. Either you front run it or you chase it when it's too late. So, remember, crew, come on over. Make sure that you follow us on X, where we talk about Bitcoin and crypto all day, every day. And, make sure that you trade with your head, not over it. Do your own research. Join our live trading room where we give you insane setups that you could actually follow us, like Justin's trade right here. And remember, always, 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 as a short term trader, enjoy the party, but dance near the door. Cheers.